Welcome to Follow the Bad Sports. We're outside the Emirates Stadium, where Arsenal have just beaten Wolverhampton 5-0. And we're here with Turkish, man. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, it's a good day, man. Got the job done. Obviously, a bittersweet ending. We should be celebrating the league today.
Yeah.
But it is what it is, man. We moved.
Not much stakes on today, and this is when your team wins 5-0. Do you think there's any particular reason why your team plays better without pressure?
I think when it comes to the end of the season games as well, I've just come to know Arsenal are going to turn up. Same thing last season as well. 5-1 against Everton this season. I predicted 4-1. We won 5-0. Could have been more, to be honest with you. And there has been question marks about, does the team play better with the pressure off? I get those question marks, but what people have to realise as well, this is a new team. They're only a kind of 1 or 2 years into their kind of, I don't like using the word process, but that's basically what it is. So this season and last season, they've had something and they've failed to get the top 4 over the line. This season, failed to get the title over the line. But all we can do is learn from it. So do we play better without pressure? I guess in life, that can be the case. But
touching on what you just said, it's a new team and this is something that they can learn from. Do you feel like, based off that, it might be a bad decision letting Xhaka leave then? Because he's one of the old figureheads in the squad. He can give like mentorship, experience to the club.
Yeah, experience is needed. I mean, I assumed we were going to go into next season with Xhaka. I wanted us to upgrade on Xhaka, but I thought he'll be part of the squad. It looks like he wants to move on. I don't think it's an Arteta decision or the club are forcing him out. It feels like he wants to move on because he's not going to get the same minutes he got this season, which is the right thing for the club to do, upgrade on him. Yeah. And for his own career, it might be the right thing for him to do. So, we move from him, but we still need to bring in experience with or without him. We need, Gundogan for me would be a great signing. I think you upgrade on quality, you upgrade on leadership and experience all in one. But that's not just one experience signing we need. I think we need at least 3 going into next season.
So how would you sum up Xhaka's time here, and based on your experience as a fan as well?
How would I just sum up Xhaka's time here? Forgettable for most, but he gave us 1 season in the end.
You mentioned Gundogan as a potential signing that you would very much like. So that's a centre mid. Any other positions you would like also to strengthen in?
If Xhaka's gone 3 midfielders, I wanted 2 before knowing Xhaka's gone, so 3 midfielders. Ideally, Rice, Caicedo, Gundogan, that would be perfect for me. I think we need a striker, different profile. Why not go for Osimhen? I know people might say it's unrealistic, but for me, we've got Champions League. We came close come the end of the season against City when players are looking in and that certain player has said, he dreams to play in the Premier League. Then how many clubs are a tasty proposition at this moment in time? It's hard to really say. As much as Chelsea got a hell of a lot of money, do players really want to go there for anything other than money? It's probably not. Arsenal are a good prospect this season. Let's use that. Let's use it. Osimhen, or who else is out there? I know people are saying Højlund as well, but for me,
Vlahovic, would you take him back? Or
Vlahovic is another option. I would. He's a different profile, and it hasn't worked out for him at Juventus, but that doesn't necessarily matter. Sometimes, players don't fit systems and whatnot. That's the modern day football, so I'll take him.
Who would you say Arsenal's player of the season is, and who surprised you?
I'll say, for me, Martinelli's player of the season for me, but that's a bit of bias because he's my favourite player, but he's the one that stood up tallest when most needed.
Yeah.
Come the end of the season, I think Odegaard had a few poor games, Saka's had a few poor games, Partey, Jesus, Gabriel. I think a lot of players have had poor games here and there, whereas Martinelli's tended to be the one shining light. So for me, Martinelli, but Odegaard and Saka deserve shouts as well.
Thoughts on Arteta's season as a manager? Him alone, would you say he's been successful?
I don't even think he'd say he's been successful, so I definitely wouldn't say that. One thing for me with Mikel Arteta is he's got standards.
Yeah.
And I like that, because the first thing he said when he came on the pitch today was mentioning that, it should have been something better. The first thing Odegaard mentions is, it feels disappointing at the end. That's the right mentality. So I have to give Arteta a lot of credit for raising the standards and knowing the difference between success and progress. It's been progress for him this season as a manager as well. Forget the team for a sec, as a manager, because being in a title race with Man City and slipping up the way he did, he can only learn from it, hopefully, fingers crossed. So all in all, I think it's been a season of progress all round, but not a season of success.
So in terms of trophies, what should the target be for next season and for the next 5 years? And what do the club, board, manager, players need to do to achieve those goals?
target should be Premier League every season, every single season. I think we're at a place now where, like I said before, the standards have been raised, so now fans should go in with the hope that we want the Premier League. That hasn't been the case for a long, long fucking time. So Premier League, that's what we should be going for. Domestic Cup as well, you know, the FA Cup.
Looking forward to playing Bayern Munich or Barcelona in the Champions League.
Listen, it's been a long time. Shit might have changed.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, Barca and Bayern are not the Barca and Bayern that we used to come up against 10 years ago.
Yeah.
They was different beasts. But I'm looking forward to it because, you know, I grew up seeing this club play the biggest teams. We moved into the Emirates with the hope that we're going to compete with the biggest and greatest teams.
Yeah.
We failed to do that. We can only do that being in the same competition as them. So let's go. Let's move. I think quarterfinals minimum.
And last but not least, final message, last thoughts, final thoughts on the season, message to the fans.
Well, it is what it is. We lost that in the end. We move. We go again next season. We need to do what we need to do in the transfer window.
I appreciate your time, Turkish man. I'm Tayyip Made, man. This is For The Badge. Like, comment, subscribe.